Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Going the Distance. This is episode 38. Can you believe we've done 38 episodes? I can't, but I'm happy to have everybody back today. I want to welcome the new members who are just joining us for the first time, and I want to welcome back the members who have joined me from the beginning. Your support is greatly appreciated, and if this is your first time seeing a video, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and share this video with family, friends, everything. Your support's greatly appreciated. So we've got some football news. Actually have the preseason scores for the last week of the season. Because if you guys can believe it, a week from tomorrow is the start of the regular season for football. Man, oh man. I know we've been waiting a long time for it, but we're going to get through some preseason scores. I've got some football news, and we got some NASCAR news and some music news. So let's jump into it. So first we're going to start with the preseason scores from last week, which is week 3 of the preseason. And it's only 3 weeks because they extended the regular season by 1 week, so they cut the preseason by a week. So on Thursday night, we had the Colts defeat the Bengals 27-14, and the Bears defeat the Chiefs 34-21. On Friday, we had the Jaguars defeat the Falcons 31-0. The Bucks defeat the Dolphins 24-14. The 49ers tied with the Raiders at 24 on Friday. On Saturday, we had the Panthers defeat the Bills 31-26. The Vikings defeated the Eagles 26-3. The Chargers defeated the Cowboys 26-19. The Seahawks defeated the Browns 37-33. The Lions defeated the Steelers 24-17. The Packers defeated the Ravens 30-7. The Texans defeated the Rams 17-15. And the Jets defeated the Giants 10-6. So on Sunday, we had the Titans defeat the Saints 30-27. The Commanders, the Redskins as I call them, or the Commanders, defeated the Patriots 20-10. And the Broncos defeated the Cardinals 38-12. So that was all preseason stuff. So a week from tomorrow, on September 5th, is the first preseason game. And it's a Thursday night, and it's between the Ravens and the Chiefs. Now, I will give my predictions for the week 1 next week. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up that it's Thursday night, a week from tomorrow, is the first preseason game. First regular season game. Ravens Chiefs. So, since we're done with the preseason, we're moving into regular season, which means roster cuts and quarterback names. And there were too many cuts for me to go through. I couldn't keep track of all of them. But I've got a few releases, and I've got some new quarterback names, starters that are going to be starting week 1. Like Bo Nix, it was named quarterback 1 for the Broncos. And Bo Nix was drafted this year, and he gets to start. The Patriots released Bailey Zappi, which I think is absolutely hilarious because, as many of you football fans remember, Bailey Zappi was the one going back and forth with Mac Jones last year about will he start, won't he start? And we're just going to put Bailey Zappi in just to stick it to Mac Jones. Even though Mac didn't have a great season, just the whole back and forth with will he, won't he was just tiring. And then last year they released Zappi and then re-signed him to the practice squad, and then signed him to the main roster. And now they've released him again. So was this the last? I think that was a whole Bill Belichick thing. So I think with Gerard Mayo as coach, I don't think Bailey Zappi will be back. I think Bailey will go to another team, which I think is fine because we've got Jacoby Brissett and we have Drake May as our quarterbacks. Now we do need a third one just in case the other two get hurt, but I don't think Bailey Zappi is the answer to that. So moving on, it actually broke today that Delvin Cook has signed a 1-year deal with the Cowboys. Now, as many remember, Delvin Cook was a member of the big Vikings team who went to the playoffs and beat the Saints years ago. They talk about the miracle in Minneapolis. So Delvin was with the Vikings from 2017 to 2022. And then he signed with the Jets in 2023, didn't play the full season, and they released him. And then he finished the season out with the Ravens. And then he floated in free agency, and I thought he'd be one of the bigger names picked up because he has been such a big playmaker. And he would give any team, the boost they need for their on their roster in wide receiver. So I was kind of surprised he waited till now to sign with the Cowboys. But he signed a 1-year deal with the Cowboys, and I'm really excited about it. So let's see how he does. Now, speaking of the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb finally got the contract he was looking for. He signed a 4-year, $136 million deal, which makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback and pretty much the highest-paid wide receiver in quarterback history. So with that addition of CeeDee Lamb and Delvin Cook, how did the Cowboys do this year? I know there's many people that aren't Cowboy fans, but I'm a Cowboy fan, and I think this addition is going to be great. Now, speaking of signings, I couldn't think of the word there for a minute. I'm sorry, guys. Juju Smith-Schuster re-signed with the Chiefs. I think it was just a 1-year deal, but he started his career with the Chiefs, won some Super Bowls, and then they released him. He went and played in Green Bay. I'm pretty sure it was Green Bay. And now he's back with the Chiefs. Now, Juju's been around. He was with Green Bay, he was with the Patriots, and now he's back with the Chiefs. So, how does he do? Does he feel right at home again? I don't know. I think his career's kind of gone down since then. When I was giving you guys the preseason scores, I said the Patriots were defeated by the Redskins. The Redskins defeated them. In that game, Jacoby Brissett injured his shoulder, and which opens the door for Drake May to start. But they don't want Drake May to start. The Patriots organization, I think Robert Kraft, Gerard Mayo, don't want that to happen right away. And I kind of see that because he's a rookie, so sitting behind a veteran quarterback would be the smart thing to do. Sit behind the veteran, learn from him, and then maybe next year start. Because I think Jacoby Brissett only signed a 1-year deal. But do they sign a veteran quarterback to take over for Jacoby while he's hurt? Or will he be ready for week 1 on September 4th? Will he be ready when they play their first game on that Sunday, on the 7th? So that would be the 7th that they play. Who knows? But I'll keep you guys updated. Staying in that division, the Dolphins released quarterback Mike White. Now this is funny because Mike White was like the Bailey Zappi of the Jets. It was Mike White and Zach Wilson. I couldn't think of his last name. It was Mike White and Zach Wilson. Well, Zach Wilson just did terrible in 1 year. So they brought Mike White in, signed him. They had him drafted, signed him, and it was back and forth all season. Will they, won't they? Will they, won't they? Will they, won't they? Well, the Jets released Mike White, and he goes and signs in division with the Dolphins. Well, now the Dolphins are releasing him, and they've put Skylar Thompson wins the backup job behind Tua. Now, Skylar Thompson's been with the Dolphins for a little bit, but now he can prove himself with this. So where does Mike White go? Does he re-sign as a backup to Aaron Rodgers with the Jets again? Don't know. We'll see. Speaking of quarterbacks, the Titans have traded Malik Willis to the Packers. So now Malik Willis is backing up Jordan Love with the Packers. Does he get that big head that every single Packer quarterback has gotten? Brett Favre had the big head. Aaron Rodgers got the big head. Now Jordan Love has the big head, wanting a contract before his big time has come. So will Malik Willis continue that trend, or will he be the answer to what the Packers need? Now, I like Jordan Love, but I think the way he did everything was just, with this contract, was just ridiculous. So that was all for football news. So now we're going to move into NASCAR. So we raced in Daytona last week, and as a surprise, we had a first-time winner last week, first-time Cup Series winner in Harrison Burton. Now, Harrison Burton is retired race car driver Jeff Burton's son. This was the most exciting finish I had seen in a very long time. They were coming around. Kyle Busch was leading the race. He was pushed to the lead, and he was blocking, moving around, blocking. He even tried to take out a few drivers. And then on the final lap, Harrison Burton does a little switch, and he gets pushed, and he passes Kyle Busch for the lead on the final lap in the last straightaway. And so the final results were Harrison Burton leading the race, winning the race, Kyle Busch second, Christopher Bell third, Cody Ware fourth, and Ty Gibbs fifth. Kyle Larson finished 21st. Austin Dillon finished 22nd. Joey Logano finished 31st, and Chase Elliott finished 36th. Now, people like Larson, Elliott, Logano, all of them finished low because of accidents. I believe Austin was involved in an accident too, so that's why he finished as low as he did. But congratulations to Harrison Burton. It couldn't have happened to a nicer, more deserving driver. And it's weird. He races for Wood Brothers Racing, and they told him he wasn't going to be racing for Wood Brothers next year. So this win sets him up to be really good at finding another team next year. And he will find another team next year. If he keeps racing the way he raced on Sunday, he will be going for everything. Now, I do have some NASCAR news I need to talk about. So, as everybody remembers, 2 weeks ago, Austin Dillon won the race and was penalized and taken away his spot in the playoffs. So he's been appealing this ruling, and he's been doing it up to, I believe, 3 times you can do this. Well, his final appeal was heard, and they denied his appeal, which means he gets the win. He doesn't get the playoff spot because certain NASCAR drivers had to cause a big fit that night and get their way. And everybody has their own opinion. I get it. So if you have an opinion on that incident, if you've seen it, drop it in the comments. But everybody knows from a couple weeks ago what my opinion is of this race car driver and the results that went that followed. But his appeal, Austin's appeal, was heard 3 times, denied 3 times. His win stays legit, but now it looks like to make it into the chase this year, he has to win again, which means he has to win in Talladega this weekend, which could happen. Anything's possible in NASCAR. Anything's possible. But it just makes it harder for him because now he'll have 2 wins, which means he should already be in the chase and be higher in points than he is now. But I'll be taking a look at Talladega this weekend, and I will give you guys the results next week on the show, because next week's going to be a big show because we're going to be talking about week 1 of the regular season of football, and then we're going to be talking about NASCAR winding down. So now that was all for sports news and results. So now we're going to move into the what we're listening to segment and who we're listening to. And who are we listening to this week? For this trend for the next, 3-4 so weeks. This week we're listening to Hootie and the Blowfish. They're from Columbia, South Carolina. They formed in 1986. I found out about them in 1994 with the song Hold My Hand. Their debut album was named Cracked Rearview. It was released in July of 1994. Now, I read something very interesting about Cracked Rearview I want to share with you guys. So, it was released in July of 94. It was the best-selling album of 1995 and the fastest-selling debut album of all time. It went platinum in 95. In 96, it was 12 times platinum. In just 1 year, it was 12 times platinum. By 1999, it was certified 16 times platinum. And in 2019, it was certified 21 times platinum. This has been one of the best-selling debut albums of all time. And I tell you what, I'm going to go a little off script here, and because I've still got more I need to say about Hootie, but what song we're listening to and what we're listening to, I want you guys to listen to the whole Cracked Rearview album and let me know what you guys think of it. Because for it to go 21 times platinum, and it's probably more than that now, being 2024. That was 4 years ago. It was 21 times platinum. So I'm sure by now it's probably pushing 30. So go check out Cracked Rearview. Back to Hootie, they've got 6 studio albums, 24 singles, and 8 music videos. They're in the South Carolina Hall of Fame, and as everybody knows who's been watching the show, but for you first-time viewers, they're touring with Collective Soul and Edwin McCain. Now, again, for you new viewers, and I apologize for the viewers who already know this, but I'm going to go see Hootie and the Blowfish with Collective Soul and Edwin McCain, September 19th. So this is one reason I say I'm continuing with the trend, because I want to give you guys the updated, I want to give you guys the music that they're going to be playing. So 2 weeks ago it was Edwin McCain. Last week it was Collective Soul. This week is Hootie and the Blowfish, and that's all for that tour. So next week we're going to move into the next tour, and I'll bring you guys more music news next week. So for motivation this week, I just want to say persevere and believe in yourself. Because if you persevere and believe, then anything is possible. And you can do anything you put your mind to, just like me. I said that after my birthday a couple weeks ago, I was going to start reading the Bible from the beginning. No matter how tired I was, no matter how, what the day brought, I was going to read my Bible cover to cover as long as it took me. And if I had to go back and read a chapter, I was going to go back and read a chapter. Y'all, I've persevered, and there have been days where I've just been so tired that I didn't want to read, but I had to read, because reading this book right here has helped me more than anything. With perseverance, with seeing the light, with just being a better person. And I've always strived to be a good person and do what's right. But we all sin. We all need forgiveness. And this book right here gives you the answers. But my perseverance has gotten me to chapter 15. I am on chapter 15 right now. So I'm going to keep persevering. I'm going to keep reading. And whatever your dreams are, whatever you said you were going to do, that right now you're like, I'm tired and I don't want to do it. Because in the end, you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to feel better about your life if you persevere and just bite the bullet and push through the tiredness and push through the anxiety and everything. Because if you do something that makes you happy and you persevere at it, you will live a better life. Okay, everybody, so that's all for today's show. I want to thank you guys for going the distance with me this week, and I hope everybody has a good weekend and a good start of next week. And like I said, next week we're going to have some more football news. We're going to go through week 1, and I'm going to give my predictions for that, and I'll be back with some more NASCAR. So have a good weekend, and God bless.